family is not an important thing. It's everything. I like to encourage people to realize that any action is a good action if it's proactive and there is positive intent behind it. My happiness grows in direct proportion to my acceptance, and in inverse proportion to my expectations. Discipline is just doing the same thing the right way whether anyone's watching or not. The oldest form of theater is the dinner table. It's got 5 or 6 people, new show every night, same players, good ensemble, the people have worked together a lot. I am careful not to confuse excellence with perfection. Excellence I can reach for. Perfection is God's business. I think the scariest person in the world is the person with no sense of humor. One's dignity may be assaulted, vandalized, and cruelly mocked, but cannot be taken away unless it is surrendered. That's the way I look at things. If you focus on the worst case scenario and it happens, you've lived it twice. It sounds like Pollyanna-ish tripe, but I'm telling you, it works for me. The more I expect, the more unhappy I am going to be. The more I accept, the more serene I am. Pain is temporary. Film is forever. Zoos are becoming facsimiles, or perhaps caricatures, of how animals once were in their natural habitat. If the right policies toward nature were pursued, we would need no zoos at all. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means understanding that something is what it is and that there's got to be a way through it. I see possibilities in everything. For everything that's taken away, something of greater value has been given. No matter how much money you have, you can lose it. There's always failure, and there's always disappointment, and there's always loss. But the secret is learning from the loss, and realizing that none of those holes are vacuums. I often say now I don't have any choice whether or not I have Parkinson's, but surrounding that non-choice is a million other choices that I can make. I'm going to marry a Jewish woman because I like the idea of getting up Sunday morning and going to the deli. No, I gotta get in my 30s. My kids know that I never stop learning, and they know I love reading. I have books overflowing everywhere. I am current on today's events and I read the paper every day, and we talk about it, so they see that appetite. I mean, I enjoy my work as an actor, but to make a difference in people's lives through advocacy and through supporting research, that's the kind of privilege that few people will get. And it's certainly bigger than being on TV every Thursday for half an hour. Medical science has proven time and again that when the resources are provided, great progress in the treatment, cure, and prevention of disease can occur. When you're a short actor, you stand on apple boxes. You walk on a ramp. When you're a short star, everybody else walks in a ditch. Life delivered me a catastrophe, but I found a richness of soul. The least amount of judging we can do, the better off we are. I can't be smug, because I know that you can lose anything at any point. And I can't be angry, because I haven't lost it. I wouldn't have wanted to miss the opportunity to make those 3 films that didn't do well. They were really important to me, and the things I learned doing them were important to me. The thing that brings people to wail at a wall, or face Mecca, or to go to church, is a search for that feeling of purity. I believe that the majority of times the scale tilts toward the good. It's this amazing thing that rolls on, and if we get in the flow of it, that's God. And if we fight it, if we swim the other way, we're swimming away from the purest expression of this life. In fact, Parkinson's has made me a better person, the better husband, father, and overall human being. The moment I understood this, that my Parkinson's was the one thing I wasn't going to change, I started looking at the things I could change, like the way research is funded. Everybody in the world knew who I was before I knew who I was. Life is the power that's greater than I can ever comprehend. The way life runs through everything, even the tiniest elements of nature, that makes me humble. I discovered that I was part of a Parkinson's community with similar experiences and similar questions that I've been dealing with alone. Teenagers blithely skip off to uncertain futures, while their parents sit weeping curbside in the Volvo, because the adolescent brain isn't yet formed enough to recognize and evaluate risk. If you have doubts about someone, lay on a couple of jokes. If he doesn't find anything funny, your radar should be screaming. Then I would say be patient with people who are negative, because they're really having a hard time. What other people think about me is not my business. I don't look at myself as a leader. I do look at myself as part of a community. I still play hockey every now and then, and I still golf. But my biggest exercise is walking my big dog in the park every day. I have no choice about whether or not I have Parkinson's. I have nothing but choices about how I react to it. In those choices, there's freedom to do a lot of things in areas that I wouldn't have otherwise found myself in. But the key to our marriage is the capacity to give each other a break, and to realize that it's not how our similarities work together, it's how our differences work together.